Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our daily shiur at 9:15 right here in Yerushalayim on the subject of Chassidus. And right now we're learning the Chovot HaLevavot. We're up to Perek Gimel to chapter 3. Over the past several days, we've been talking about an introduction and also the first couple of chapters of how a person can identify who one should have bitachon in. Who should one trust in? And it was very interesting over the past few days where we learned the subject of how a person can find trust in someone else. And the Chovot HaLevavot, Rabbi Bahya, explains how all of these points apply only for Hashem, and how that's the best way how we can really exercise our bitachon and trust. Now we're in Perek Gimel in chapter 3. One second, please. Okay, I'm trying to pin my picture. One second. So people can watch the shiur. Okay, let's just move on.
Are you still on?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so we're up to Perek Gimel. And some of it we read in Hebrew, and some of it we just read in the English. And so after the introduction that we've learned earlier, we have come now to the stage that a person wants to trust in Hashem. He wants to have bitachon in Hashem. And so what are the methods that a person should believe in? And with believing in these points, his bitachon in Hashem, and while believing in these points, his trust in Hashem will be complete. So there are several points over here. Number one, that a person has to believe and has to be clear that all of the 7 points that we talked earlier by Hashem, that Hashem is the only one. He is the one who contains all of these 7 points, and we can trust in him. Number one, we have to believe that Shahaborei Barach Merachem al Ha'adam Yoter Mikol Merachem. First of all, that Hashem, the Almighty, blessed be He, is compassionate over the person more than anyone else. V'chol rachamim v'chamla sheyu mizulato alav kulam he merachmei hakel. And all of the compassion and the mercy that another person might have for him, he's also from Hashem. So Hashem is ultimately the only one that can truly have ultimate rachamim. As it says in the Pasuk, V'natan lecha rachamim v'richamcha v'herbecha, that Hashem gives you mercy, and He increases to have mercy on the person. So that is number one. Number two, v'hasheni, you have to believe ki haborei yit'aleh lo yelmu mimenu afnei to'elat ha'adam, that nothing is missing from Hashem. We have to believe that nothing in the world is that nothing in the world is hidden from Hashem. Hashem is able to do good with everyone, and this is also something which the logic demands, logic understands. Because a person is one of the creations of Hashem. And no one knows what's good or not good for the person, and what are the things that can damage a person. And God forbid what can bring to a person to be ill, and how it can be better, how it can be healed, more than the person himself. I'm sorry, more than the one who created the person. So after all, if we can remember the entire time that it's a Kadosh Baruch Hu himself that knows us, knows what's best for us. So if he knows us, we can put our trust in him. In this verse, in this statement that the Rabbeinu Bahya says over here, he's talking about 3 different times, 3 different periods that Hashem understands the dangers that can fall upon a person. Khalila. First, he talks about the beginning of when a person is created, even when he's still in his mother's womb, when only Hashem knows in which way that he will be formed. That's number 1. Number 2, while he is in, not only when he's created, also while he's in the womb and he develops, that Hashem knows which things can damage the fetus, and Hashem takes care. And afterwards, after the child comes out of the mother's womb, Hashem knows all of the ways how to keep the person healthy. So if we find such a thing with something which is created through man, that only the one who forms it, the one who creates it, is the best, knows the best how to deal with it and how to run it and how to protect it. And you cannot change anything or to innovate anything. So how much more so Hashem, who he is the one who created everything and formed everything, and he created all of the limbs and the arteries, and he connected the neshama to the guf, to the body. He knows what's going to be best for the person or what can damage him. Khalila. It's like it says in the verse, it says, Ani Hashem Elokecha melamedcha leho'il madrichacha b'derech telech. Hashem is the one who guides us. And it says in another verse, Ki et asher ye'ahav Hashem yochiach u'ka'av et ben yirtzeh. That someone who Hashem loves, he rebukes him. And like a father who loves his son, and he tells him off, he guides him in the right way. So when we know that it's Hashem that created us and was personally involved in every stage of our creation, so obviously he is the best one to take care of us. Therefore, when we believe this, then we realize that our bitachon in Hashem must be complete. Here's the 3rd point that a person should believe in. Ki haborei yitbarach chazak mikol chazak. That the Creator, blessed be He, is stronger than anyone that's strong. And every word that He says is kayam. It stays there forever. More than what any human being can say. A human being can say something, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to be there forever. No one can nullify Hashem's word. Like it says in the verse, Kol asher chafetz Hashem asa. Anything that Hashem wants, He does. And it says in another verse, Kein yed dvari asher yitzeh mipi, that which, my word, which comes out of my mouth, quote unquote, lo yashuv elai rekam, will not be returned empty. It will not be empty words. Ki masa et asher chafatzti. Only one who does what I want. So, in other words, when we believe that Hashem's word is eternal and nothing can stop Hashem's word, so we know that whatever Hashem says is correct. And therefore, it's much easier to place our trust in Hashem. The Haravi, point number 4 that we should remember, that this will, when we believe in this, this will complete our bitachon in Hashem, that Hashem is the one who is mashgiach. Hashem is the one who watches over the actions of man. He will not stop doing good, and he will not refrain from saving them in a needy situation. And nothing is hidden from him, even the smallest thing that a person needs. And he does not forget even one thing just because he's involved with something else. Like it says in the verse, there are a few verses over here. It says in one of them, Halo yadata em lo shamata, Elokei olam Hashem borei k'tzot haaretz. You know, and of course you've heard, Hashem, who is the master of the universe, he created all directions of all the ends of the earth. Lo yiyaf, v'lo yiga. He will never be tired or worked or overworked. Ein cheker l'tvunato. There's no investigation. There's no limit to how deep his understanding is. And the fifth one is v'achamishi. We have to believe she'ein biyad echad me'abruim lo'el nafsho v'lo lazika. None of the creations have the ability to help or to hurt themselves or to hurt someone else. Ki im birshut haboreh, only with the permission of the Creator. He is the one who runs everything, just like a slave. When he has more than one master, and each one can help him, so he can't put his full trust in any one of them, because at any given time, another one or the other one can interfere. And then the other master will feel that the other one has more of a mastership over the slave. And if one of them can help him more than another master, so naturally he's going to have a little more trust in that one, because that he's better connected to that specific master. Even though he might also trust in other masters as well, but he won't put his complete bitachon, his complete trust in this master. So it must be that in order for him to have full trust, he needs to have only one master. So too when it comes to midat bitachon in Hashem. If a person realizes that no creature in the world, no creation of Hashem, cannot help him nor damage him, only with the permission, only with the authority of the Creator, Haboreit Barach, blessed be He, so he won't fear any other damages. He also won't expect their good, their favors, and he will only put his trust in Hashem, like it says in the pasuk. We just said it in davening. Al tiftechu b'nedivim. Do not put your trust in generous givers. Beven adam, and a human being. She'ein lo teshua. He doesn't have the real salvation. It's not his salvation. Anything that he can help you is only truly, essentially, the help of Hashem. It's Hashem's kindness and Hashem's ability that He gives the ability for the person to be able to help you. But it's not the person that's helping you. It's really Hashem that's helping you. In the beginning of today's shir, especially if you're following along inside, you'll notice that the Chovot HaLevavot said that there are 5 things you need to believe in. Somehow he says 2 more, which I'm happy to read with you. The 6th and 7th foundations of emunah, of faith in Hashem, that we should realize that will help us come to the complete dedication, shleimut of bitachon in Hashem. So number 6 is that a person should recognize that the many kindnesses that Hashem does with man, and what Hashem has done with a person from the time of his birth, because Hashem is so kind and so good, and not necessarily because the person is worthy of these favors, and not that Hashem had a need of any sort to do good with a person. Only because of his kindness, his eternal good, he is tov, teva, tov lahitiv. Like David HaMelech says in the Tehillim, Rabota sita ata Hashem Elokai in chapter 40, Niflotecha umachshvotecha eleinu, eina rochelecha. There is no one that compares to you, infinitely. Agida v'ata beira atzlu misaper. You Hashem, your miracles and wonders are amazing, and your the tremendous talents that you have are too great from being able to count them and to go through to enumerate your greatness. So when we realize that Hashem gives us the greatness and all of His kindness, then we know that we can put all of our trust in Hashem. There's a relatively speaking new song in Hebrew that they played quite often, and it says that the chorus is Lo chayav lecha klum. Hashem doesn't owe you anything. Hashem doesn't owe us anything. Every single breath, every single kindness, every single favor from Hashem is totally from Hashem's ultimate kindness, and because He is the epitome of good. Finally, the seventh point that we need to believe in, and this strengthens our bitachon in Hashem, is that it should be clear to us that everything that is found in this world, both the embodiments, the things that there are in the world, and also anything that happens, has a limitation, and it's impossible to add or to subtract from this limitation that Hashem has decided for this being, in quantity, in space, in time. And of course, if Hashem said that there should be, unfortunately, less, then there's no way that we can add in this. And of course, nobody can subtract what Hashem has decided to add. And we cannot decide la'acher. We cannot decide to postpone something that Hashem wanted to make it earlier. And we cannot make it earlier what Hashem decided to postpone. So whatever will be renewed in the world according to the person, it's because Hashem has decided that it should be renewed at the beginning of the creation. Because Hashem decided that certain things are created in certain ways, one from another, but it all gets back to Hashem. Hashem is the one who keeps everything going and decided in the beginning how everything should go, and nothing can change from the way the Almighty has decided. What Rabbeinu Bahya is trying to answer with this point, he's trying to answer an interesting question that one can ask. That since Hashem has decided everything, so why didn't He just create everything complete? Why did He create things in a way that things evolve and things become more complete as things go along? For example, an almond, the way that it grows is that first the flower sprouts, and then from the flower there's I believe it's the shell, and then the almond grows in afterwards. So you should have just created the whole thing in one unit. So that's why he answers, this is how Hashem decided. And we can trust Him. Hashem decided that everything should go according to its to the way that He decided that it should evolve. And that is, we can put our trust in Him that He knows He makes the right decisions. Each thing is in the right time, and that we can put our total emunah, faith and trust in Hashem. And so hopefully after understanding these believing in these 7 strong points, this will help us, strengthen us in our bitachon, in our certainty, putting our total trust, b'shleimut, in a complete way in Hashem. Thank you very much for joining us. Tomorrow morning, Bezrat Hashem, we're going to be learning again at 9:15. And then Friday morning, we'll have Kabbalah Cafe right here at 9:30 in the morning. Looking forward to seeing all of you, Bezrat Hashem, on Zoom. For the next few weeks, we'll be on Zoom, and then we'll go back to also Facebook Live to give you that ability. All the best. Have a wonderful day.